Hey everyone, this is Anthony from A2 Studios, and today I'm bringing you a game development update on our game called Roy. And what our game is basically a puzzle game, currently targeting for the Google Play Store and Android. So I'll just kind of talk about what's in the game here so far and kind of give you guys a rundown of what we got so far and what we look to add into the game and when we want to release the game too. So starting off here, obviously our game's called Roy, and the ROY, as you can see, is red, orange, yellow, which for this game you're going to be doing color combinations to solve different puzzles and kind of advance your way through the gameplay. Now the best way I can explain it is kind of like Guitar Hero, how as the notes come down, you got to hit the different notes as they come in time correctly. Ours is sort of like that in terms of you have to match the color combinations with the object that's going to be appearing on the screen for you to either progress in the game or on the leaderboard per se. Taking a look at the main menu here, we can see that we have a level select mode, an endless mode, and a store. So for us, we have a level select mode, basically a single player mode for the player to sit there and go through levels and kind of advance their way through the game. Kind of like Candy Crush does, where it's ridiculously high amount of levels, but they get challenging, as they go along. And then moving down to the endless mode is we're kind of aiming that to be in online mode, where you can go and you can compete for high score on the leaderboard. And we can have possibly like competitions or something like that, and do cool stuff with that. So that's kind of what we're doing with that, which kind of ties into, I guess both modes would tie into the store at the bottom, where you can go and you can collect coins throughout either the level mode or the endless mode and use that to buy skins or different themes for the game. This is what we're kind of aiming for the store here. So it changes the way everything looks in the game, but fun for the player, something a little bit different, especially with like theme packs. Let's say if we came up with holiday packs or something along those lines, that'd be one of the things to buy in the store. So I guess I'll start off at the top here with level select. Keep in mind here, not everything's finalized, so this is placeholder art for this. Unlike the main menu, if I go back, this is more finalized and what we're looking for. Obviously, we're still going to fine tune it and make sure everything fits properly and flows properly. But going back into level select, as you can see, I've already played the game a bit throughout the testing. We're currently going to change the way the level select is now, because as of right now it's a list format, and we want it to kind of be more interactive and aesthetically pleasing for the player. So just bear with me on that. But so if we started off here, we're going to go to level 1. It's going to jump me in. I don't have a tutorial just yet, so that's another thing we're going to be implementing soon, is a tutorial for the player to get acclimated to the game and figure out what's going on. So I'm going to jump into level 1 here, and as you can see, some of the art is already in, that of being the player. And what I'm trying to do here is match the colors that I press at the bottom of the screen with the colored objects that are falling towards me. As you can see, these colors are yellow, blue, which mix into green. And if you look at the top of the screen, you'll notice that the levels mode does have goals and what you're trying to hit for this specific level. Now currently we have it progresses as you go through the game. As you can see, I lost there, but so the levels and the goals will get progressively harder as you go higher on the level chain. and that's still being fine-tuned and worked out in terms of how difficult it gets each time you beat a level and this and that. So that's just pretty much your objective so far, is to hit these colored goals to progress farther and farther in the levels for that. And each time you beat a level, your speed will increase in terms of how fast the gameplay will go, and then there'll be more frequent objects. And we're currently working on power-ups and hazards, which I'll show here in a minute, as it's only in the endless mode just for testing purposes. But it's getting there for that, and those will be progressively more frequent and difficult too as the game goes along. So I guess starting to back off here, I'll just see if I can play through a level. Let's give you guys an idea of what we got here. So yeah, I'm just trying to hit these shapes and colors to try and progress through the level and beat it. But it's fairly basic, but it's fun too, kind of like Candy Crush is, in that aspect where you gotta figure out different combinations to beat the level. See, I beat the level on that one. Like I said earlier, this is placeholder art for this for the level screen. So if we go on, you can see we have the main menu button, take you back to the main menu. You can go to the next level, or you can replay the previous level, which you might want to do that because we're also debating on adding a energy system. And the way I thought about going to do that, or going about to do that, is we could have an energy system, and it would be kind of cool to have it where you have your like 3 stars, where it's like bad, good, and then perfect on each level, and it kind of shows you where you're at with each level, kind of like similar. Candy Crush does it, and I'm pretty sure Angry Birds does it too for the player. And tying that back into the energy system, it'd be kind of cool to do. If I got perfect on each level, then I wouldn't consume any of my energy to keep progressing in the game, opposed to, oops, I got a good or a 2 out of 3 star or something, then I'm consuming some energy. So that's kind of where we're at on that thought process. If you have any opinions on that, please let me know. Help clear that up and see what people are thinking about that. Okay, so we'll go on to the next one here. And then the other cool thing is that even though our game is called Roy, we do have different color combinations in the game, which make it more difficult for the player, because they won't always be playing with the same color combination, so in turn they'll have to memorize different color combinations to play different levels in the game or progress further in the endless online mode for that. Currently for the level mode, you notice that our only hazard is an asteroid, which you just manually have to dodge. For the game here, I guess I forgot to mention too, so you have these buttons at the bottom of the screen, and if you notice, my guy is moving as he's going about the level. There's 2 ways you can go about doing that. You can touch the screen where my guy is at on the screen, or basically anywhere on the screen, or you can, if let's say I wanted to get these reds over to the left, well, I can hold the red button and slide my buttons all the way down to the end, which will then cause my guy to move to the end. So that's a pretty cool feature to do something like that. I don't think I've ever seen that in a game before. To be able to do such seamless movement like that, or fluid, I would say. What else? And then again, I guess to mention too that the buttons are on hold, as it makes it a little bit easier when we're trying to match colors for the game. So this is the game so far. Obviously, it doesn't look complete. That's because it's not. But it's getting there, and I think the core concept is down for the game. We got all of our core features down so far. Obviously, we still have to do fine tuning and stuff along those lines. So, like I mentioned earlier, I was going to show off the power-ups and hazards, which me and my business partner Alex started working on last week. So that was part of last week's project and this upcoming week's project for this week's build. Going through and showing off the hazards here. They do pop up on the screen, and this would be a hazard for now. Power-ups are things that you can collect, so I have to physically run into them. And there's the coin I talked about, which you can use to purchase various items in the game. Let's get a power-up. So this is an invincibility power-up, which will allow me to collide with any object in the game. And then thus it won't damage me, or I won't lose a life for that. So I think we have 5 or 6 power-ups and 5 or 6 hazards for now. Those can be added onto or gotten rid of depending on how they do. As you can notice, I do have a hazard where I get locked out of colors. It's not finalized. I'm not sure if we want to do something like edit where I have to, do some color combinations to get out to be able to unlock myself for that one. But yeah, that's that one. Let's play it one more time here, see if we can get some different ones. As you notice, there's a bomb falling, which kind of like Candy Crush. That's kind of unfortunate, but it gets rid of all the colors that the bomb is the color of. So something like that along those lines. Maybe one of the weaker power-ups for that. But yeah, just kind of showing off here what we got. As you notice, they all pop up in big text right in the middle of the screen. Easy for the player to see what's happening in the game. We could tweak that. Obviously, there's still some bugs with the game. With shapes are too big currently. We're going to get rid of that or size that down so that way there's more movement for the player to dodge and to maneuver throughout the game. But yeah, that's pretty much it so far. So like I said, we have the main concepts down in the game. I'm starting to add in all the extra fun features, that kind of make a game a game. And we're just kind of moving along here with that. So, if you guys have any opinions or thoughts on the game, feel free to either leave them on on the YouTube channel, which this will be posted on YouTube, but also in different areas like our blog posts. We do a weekly blog post for our game in our company. What else? I'm going to put this on Reddit at some point too, so feel free to leave a comment down in the thread for that too. And make sure to check in for updates. We do have our website, which I'll leave in the description below. You can check that out. It's a2studios.com. There we'll kind of start building everything for the game. It's kind of roughed in right now, but it's getting there. It's coming along. There you'll find all our social media links. So currently we have Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and a YouTube. The purpose of the Twitch I thought would be cool if once we get the online mode working and fully stable, we can then host little contests. We could do little Google Play Store giveaway cards for that. Kind of help promote the game if it's something everyone seems to like, if they like Roy and all. So we do have that. And also we have a Discord. It's right on the homepage. So if you go to our website at a2studios.com, you can go click on the big Discord image, and then it'll take you right to our Discord channel, and you can join there. In that channel, you can then receive faster updates than I would go and update on the blog or make these videos. You can ask us questions directly. We'll answer them as soon as possible. And also, you guys can communicate with one another and spitball ideas in the room, because definitely we'll be taking stuff into consideration, and be able to interact with everyone so far, and just take ideas and discuss more about what you, the player, would like to see in the game, and think would be fun to add in the game. Like all our social medias, I'll leave in the YouTube description page. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can just go down below and click on there to go to our social medias. They're all roughed in. There's not a lot of content on there so far. I just made them all, so they're all up and working. So don't expect anything special, but they're all there. And stay tuned. Too, because I'll be posting a weekly blog update, which will kind of go over our meetings, but I think I'm going to do this in this video format now. It's a little bit easier than writing a blog post, and hopefully more fun for you, the viewer, to watch me talk about it opposed to reading about it. So stay tuned for that, and I'll keep making videos for all these updates. But thanks again. This is Anthony from A2 Studios, and I will see you next time.